Carroll's Jewelers. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes because I'd like to always let people know that, give people the opportunity to get here. And I also like to make sure that all of the electronics are working. And so that always takes a minute. And we already have the first piece up. So let me tell you a little bit about the show while we're doing this, because we have an incredible show for you this evening. Wow, everything seems to be working. We have an incredible show for you this evening. So we have a show with all kinds of fabulous things for Mother's Day. Thank you for whoever is sending me those hearts. I always appreciate that. And I'm going to tell you how to do that. We've got a show that is jam-packed with Mother's Day fabulous items. So if you are still looking for that perfect gift for your mother, today is Thursday. You still have today and tomorrow to shop. And not only that, but because you're shopping with Carroll's Jewelers, you actually can get this home in time to give it to your mother on Sunday. So the show is amazing because we have everything from $150 all the way up to about $4,700. And we have discounts up to $2,400. So this is going to be a really great show. Luke is here. Luke says hello to everybody. Let me give you a little bit of idea about the platform. And also first, before I do that, if you are not familiar with Carroll's Jewelers, Carroll's Jewelers is the most trusted jeweler in Florida. It has a 100-year tradition, almost a 100-year tradition, almost a century, think about that, of being in business and cultivating that honest and trustworthy jeweler positioning that is really what you're looking for when you want to buy your pieces of jewelry. In fact, they have been on their same location or in their same location on Las Olas Boulevard, which is the main street of Fort Lauderdale, for over 60 years. So you're dealing with a company that is reputable, that is trustworthy, that has built a century of good, honest values. Let me tell you, I also need to say that I am being compensated for this every week. It is the law. You probably know that. If you've been shopping with me, you know that is what happens every week. And let me tell you a little bit about the platforms, because there are people watching me on my Facebook page, which is Michael O'Connor Style. There are people who are watching me on the Carroll's Facebook page. There are also people watching on Instagram, and there are also people watching on YouTube. So I don't know how all of those platforms work, but let me give you the rundown of the ones I do know. So if you are watching me on my Facebook page, which is Michael O'Connor Style, you can stay there if you'd like. However, I will not be able to get to your comments, and we won't be able to interact until much later, actually after the show, because I won't see them. So if you are on my Facebook page, what I would encourage you to do, there were 3 posts about this show, 1 yesterday and 2 today. In those posts, I have actually put a little link in the bottom in the comments. And if you go to that link, you can actually get onto this platform and you'll be able to interact with me. And that would be great. If you are watching on Instagram, you will see a code above my head. That code, if you put it into the chat box, they will DM or direct message you a link, and you can actually see everything in the show. If you have taken my advice and you're on my Facebook and you've come to this platform, or if you're watching me on this platform already, then all you need to do is you need to just know how this platform works. And what you'll see is the very first item up over my head. However, you have the ability to really master your own menu and do exactly what you want, because down this side there are a group of icons. The top one is the hearts. Someone was sending me hearts already, which I appreciate. That means that, hey, if you like what I'm saying, if you like one of the pieces, hit that heart button. I'll know that you like it, and maybe I'll be able to spend more time on it. The next one down is shop. The shop button is your navigation. It is like driving a car. So when you want to know what is coming up in the show, you say, okay, yeah, I see the main piece, the first piece that we're talking about, but I want to see what's down the road. Or if I've gone too far and you want to see something that I've already spoken about, hit the shop button. The shop button will allow you to literally go and see everything that's in the show. Beneath that shop button, there are 3 little dots. That's the share button. And I say this every week, but my best friends are the friends who share things with me. So if you want to be a best friend to somebody else, hit those 3 dots, and that will allow you to share this show to your friends on your social media. And we would all love that. Then finally, if you want to talk, if you want to interact with me, again, if you're on my Facebook, that link will take you to this platform and you'll be able to interact with me. Luke has already started to interact, and the way that works is toward the bottom, there is a dialog box. That dialog box allows you to interact. So if you want to ask me questions, if you want me to show the back of something, if I didn't do that, or if you want, if you just want to interact and just say, hey, Michael, I love that jacket you're wearing, you can do that. What you need to do is go to that lozenge shape box in the bottom, put your name, tell me where you are watching me from. That would be great. And we can interact. And that would be really, really fun. So anyway, let me get on with the show because we really do have so many great things. We've got everything from champagne diamonds to white diamonds to antique pieces to vault finds. If you don't know what a vault find is, I will tell you when we hit them, but a vault find is those pieces that, because Carroll's Jewelers has been in business for almost a century, of course, there are things that get put in the vault and it's like, hey, people forget to put them back out. So they've been in the vault, and the benefit to you is that they will be at older prices, number one, or the benefit to you is we may not be able to get it again. You may not be able to find it, so you're going to be able to get a one-of-a-kind piece. So let me start with the very first piece, which somebody, probably Luke, who is producing the show, is put up already. And that is a pair of black spinel earrings. Now, I'm going to tell you that I think any mother would love the drama of these gorgeous tassels. Tassels are something that has really, really been very, very popular right now in fashion. You see them all over the place. These are done with black spinel, and these are like tassels. These are all black spinels. And in case you don't know about black spinel is a gemstone. It is very hard. It's durable. It is 8 on the most hardness scale. Often, what people do is they use black spinel as the more affordable alternative to black diamonds. Why? Because the reflection on them is so incredible. I'm hoping that you can see all of these gorgeous reflecting little black spinels. These have all been faceted. They are incredible. So this item, I'm going to let you see this up close and very, very personal. Let me stop them from moving so that you can see this. So, okay, so here you go. This is item number 645-01375. In the store, these are $247. Tonight, there's $97 off of these, which means that for Mother's Day, you can get this stunning pair of earrings for your mother for $145.80. That's less than $150 to get your mother a pair of earrings that is truly magnificent. You've got all of these gorgeous black spinels. Just think about the work in threading these through, in drilling them. All of that labor is very intensive. Look at the caps here on the top. These all have that gorgeous Balinese style design. And if your mother was like mine and oftentimes felt that putting in earrings was sometimes a little bit too much, these are done on a fishhook back. What that means is that these are going to be very easy to get in and out of your ear. Voila. All you need to do is literally put them into the piercing and push them. The weight of the earrings will hold these down, and this fish hook is quite long, so these will be nice and secure in someone's ears. I absolutely think that this is a gorgeous gift. If you're giving it to somebody else, I think that this would look good on so many different people. Also because, I think every woman needs, if you're going to have an earring wardrobe, a wardrobe of earrings that are going to take you everywhere, from lunch out with your girlfriends, to the gym, to that really high-end party. This is that really high-end party look, that gorgeous chandelier style. Look at all of the workmanship in this. This is, as I said, black spinel, which is it is the durable and more affordable option to black diamonds. I absolutely love the fishhook style because they do make it very easy. The pattern here, the Balinese pattern, I think is really popular, very fashionable right now. The caps are gorgeous. And all of these are literally threaded. All of these gorgeous black spinels are literally threaded onto strands, giving you that gorgeous tassel feel. These are pretty dramatic because these are about a 2-inch drop. I'm going to show that to you in a second, but I want you to see something. When I would style celebrities for events in Hollywood, one of the things that I would tell them is, if you want that long, lean neck, let's face it, even celebrities are not perfect. Some of them have shorter necks, some of them have shorter fingers. They're not perfect like everybody thinks that they might be. But if you want that long, lean neck, if you choose an earring that drops off your ear and still leaves a good amount of space between your shoulder and the bottom of the earring, that will give you that longer, leaner look. It will give you that gorgeous long neck that everybody would love to have. If you partner that with something that is V-shaped, like a V-necked blouse or a necklace that goes down here, that chevron shape is going to be extremely elongating. You're going to get that very high-end red carpet, lovely model look. These in the store, as I said, are $243, but for Mother's Day, 40% off, bringing them to $145.80. Now, I told you that I would show you the length here. So be prepared for drama. Look at this. 2 inches top to bottom. And look at the gorgeous sparkle that you're getting. That's because black spinel is a hard stone. You can't see through it, but the reflection is truly, truly very, very high end. It does look like black diamonds. If these were in black diamonds, the price would be significantly more, but black spinel is that affordable alternative, and I think that they look incredibly gorgeous. Think about these if you were going to somewhere like we all know that the Met Gala happened, and it was all about costuming. This would be the perfect earring to wear for that gorgeous kind of costume feel. Jane says she is watching. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate you being here. And thank you for interacting. Remember, all you need to do if you're not watching me on this platform, if you're watching me on another platform like my Facebook page, click that link. It will take you to this platform. And like Jane and Luke, you can actually interact. And there are so many things that you might want to ask me. So anyway, 2 inches in length, something that is very dramatic, very elongating, as I said, very high end. All of this Balinese style is incredibly fashionable right now. And I think that these truly have that beautiful Balinese style. And again, these are going to be very easy for you to wear. All you are going to do is literally take them, pull them up, and they'll be out of your ear. That's that great fishhook style, and that's the benefit to that. You do not have to fumble with a butterfly closure. You do not have to fumble with a lever back. These are going to be extremely easy. Kate said, what a great way to dress up that little black dress. Kate, you are absolutely right. These, if you love that black on black dressing, look at this. The great thing is if you partner them with other pieces of black, this gives you that sparkle. So you're not having everything that is just kind of that dark matte black. This has that great amount of sparkle. Sherry, you made it. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Sherry's with us every week. And for that, I am very grateful. So this is truly got that great bit of sparkle. So this is truly going to, if you put this with a black blouse or a black dress or that little black dress, it is going to really kick that style quotient up a notch. As I said, very elongating. You actually don't even need a necklace with this. This is something that is going to be very easy to wear, just simple by itself, and you need nothing else. Also, if you have any kind of a blouse with kind of black sparkles on it, black sequins, black beads, this is truly going to carry that theme all the way through. One last time on this, $145.80. That is a 40% reduction in the original price. So $145.80 gets this home. This would be the perfect Mother's Day gift. By the way, if you do get these home and your mother says, you know what, they're not for me, or you say, hey, you know what, I would have preferred them in a different color or whatever. Do not worry. One of the great things about dealing with Carroll's Jewelers is that you have 60 days to return these pieces. All you need to remember is return it in its original packaging, in its original condition, and with its original tag, and it will not be a problem also. If you also wanted to stretch those payments out over the time, what you need to do is click that, put these into your shopping basket, and there is an affirm option. That affirm option will allow you to take those payments and do them out over time. So $145 might become, I don't know what it is actually, to be honest, but it's much less over a period, but yet you get to get them home right away and start to enjoy them. One last time on these, $145.80, get these home. Click that shop button, put them into the basket, and then see what they are with that affirm option, because these are truly an incredible, incredible and affordable way to give your mother that sparkle all year round that she's really going to love. I'm going to put these down now, and we are going to move on to our next piece, which is, I think, like a showstopper. If you've been shopping with me for a long time over the years on the other shopping networks, you know that I have a true affinity for gorgeous, gorgeous colored diamonds. Look at this beautiful half anniversary ring, absolutely sparkling and brilliant with the gorgeous color of champagne diamonds. This is not one color of champagne diamonds here. What you're getting here is that deeper kind of a cognac feel, and then they come out into the lighter shades. It's something that is going to be truly a showstopper if you wear it. Now, this ring is item number 13000341. Normally in the store, it's $6,700 because what you're looking at here is 2 carats, 27 points of gorgeous champagne diamonds. And I'm going to get into the rarity of them in a second. But the price on this evening is a 30% savings. So you're saving $2,010. Tonight, this is $4,690. I'm going to show you these beautiful diamonds. Look at this. Here is the deeper cognac one. Then they fan out a little bit lighter and toward the lighter shades of champagne here on the outer end. I think this is an incredible ring. It does not sit up too high. So if you wanted to use this as an anniversary style, if you wanted to use this as a wedding band, this would be incredible. There are 7 diamonds here, starting in the one here, then you've got 3 on either side. Again, they vary in color. Now, you're going to say to yourself, well, what is it with champagne diamonds? Are they diamonds? They are diamonds. And I will tell you that when you buy diamonds, you are really truly buying, these are mined diamonds, by the way. So these are not lab grown. You're buying the rarity. You're buying the rarity and basically the billion years that it took for these to crystallize and come to the surface of the earth. Also, when you are shopping for champagne diamonds, you have an extra level of rarity here. Because for every one diamond, one natural white diamond that you see out there in the marketplace, sorry, I'm going to change that around. For every one of these champagne diamonds, so there are 7 of them here. So for every one, there are 10,000 white diamonds. That gives you the idea of how rare this is. So literally 7 diamonds here. You would be looking at 70,000 white diamonds to find 7 of these gorgeous pieces. 2 carats, 27 points. This ring is a size 6.5. If you do not take a size 6.5, do not worry about it. You can simply have it sized. Carroll's can take care of that for you. If you want to get this for your mother and you want to get this home in time, make sure that you call them. You could call them right away. 954-463-3711. Luke has actually put that into the chat box. So you can actually call them and see about getting this in the size that your mother really needs. As I said, it is a 6.5. It's done in 14 karat yellow gold. Does not sit up too high from the finger. It is really beautifully done. Each one of these is a nice size stone on its own. There it is from the side. Here it is in profile Look at this. You look at the sparkle that you're getting. I love champagne diamonds because they do have that gorgeous rarity. I also love that they pick up all of those warm hues. Those, like right here in the center, this is the darkest one. You have this total ombre effect. The darkest one gives you the warmer colors, like the oranges and all of those gorgeous colors. The ones on the outer side give you with a little bit more of the light champagne feel. This is 2 carats, 27 points. You're saving 30% off this evening. That's $2,010. So you can get this home for $4,690. And remember, click that and put it into your basket and see what the affirm option is, because it will allow you to pay it out over time. You do not need to come up with $4,690 right away. So this is a beautiful option for you. Again, does not sit up too high. This would make a gorgeous wedding band. It would make, if you love the bands and you say, you know what, I sometimes put my engagement ring away and only wear my band. This would give you that little bit of extra sparkle. If you have an anniversary coming up, this would be the perfect anniversary ring. And what I love about this also is the fact that these diamonds really just go finger to finger. So what that means is that when you are wearing this, the diamonds are not, you're not paying for diamonds that are down here. You will not need to pay for diamonds that you never ever see. Also, it makes wearing this a little bit more safe. The reason is, if you are working with your hands and you pick things up in the kitchen, or you put your hand down on the kitchen counter or on any glass surface, you can actually crack those diamonds. You can chip those diamonds that are on the bottom. The benefit of having a half eternity band is that you get all of the diamonds. You're paying for diamonds, only diamonds that you can see. You do not have to worry about the fact that it will get damaged on the bottom. 14 karat yellow gold. As I said, it is a size 6.5. Call them at Carroll's Jewelers. You can arrange to have it done in any size you want. The number is on the screen, but one last time, it's 954-463-3711. And again, $4,690, $4,690 gets this gorgeous ring home. I love the fact that the champagne diamonds literally go with everything. I think it really has that gorgeous, so if you're putting it with blue, it's that kind of like sea and sky kind of feel. If you're putting it with the black, the fact is that it really has that kind of very chic. I love the combination. That brown and black, the beige and black, is so very, very chic. It is a gorgeous ring, and again, size 6.5, but you can have it sized 2 carats, 27 points, all in 7 diamonds. So each one of these diamonds, as you can see, is going to be a truly large diamond. These are not composites. These are beautiful 7 gorgeous diamonds put into this piece. I'm going to put this down now, and we're going to move on to the next piece in the show, which is a beautiful pendant for your mother. And I'm better put this down because otherwise it gets a little too complicated. Anyway, if you do have questions, literally, please feel free to ask. Just literally put your name in the chat box and ask away. That's the great thing, that we can be interactive. So this is a beautiful pendant. The retail price here is $375, but this evening you're going to save 40%, which is $150, and you can get this home for $225. What you're looking at here is mother of pearl. So I'm hoping that you can see all of those gorgeous colors. The wonderful thing about mother of pearl is that no matter what color you wear with it, the mother of pearl will pick up those. If you're wearing the reds or the pinks, it will pick up those warmer tones. If you are wearing blues, it will pick up the cooler tones. If you are wearing neutral, it will have its own gorgeous luster. It is done in sterling silver, and what you're also seeing here is this little bit of extra sparkle. These are done with cubic zirconia. This is done on an 18-inch chain, a gorgeous open chain, and with a generous lobster claw clasp, which means that this is going to be very easy for you to get on and off, very simple to operate, and this is how simple this is, and that's what I love about it. I'm going to show you the back because I want you to see that the back is highly polished. It is very, very nicely done. This is from a company called Belle, which is a designer line. A lot of people are carrying it because the designs truly are very, very unusual. This has that gorgeous kind of a Greek key kind of feel to it, this geometric design. It's very elegant. It's literally perfect for everyday wear, or it would be perfect for dress up. The bail is nice and open. So if you wanted to put this onto a black cord, if you wanted to put this onto a larger chain, if you wanted to put this onto a wire of some type, you could absolutely do that. Again, $225. How wonderful to give this to your mother, something that she will wear forever. And I will always tell you that I always gave my mother jewelry, because to me, and I have always given my nieces jewelry, I've always given my nephews jewelry, I've always given people jewelry, because to me, when you give somebody flowers, they're gone in a little bit. When you give somebody a gift certificate, well, people go to the restaurant and they eat it, whatever, and then that's it. You give somebody a piece of jewelry as a gift, people never ever forget who gave them a piece of jewelry, and when they wear that piece of jewelry, it is always a wonderful memento of you. And so you're always reminding them, it's like, hey, this is how much I cared about you. I gave you this gorgeous piece of jewelry. Mother of pearl, done in sterling silver. By the way, this is 16 grams of silver here. This is not light by any means. And it is $225 this evening, which represents a 40% saving. Very elegant. It doesn't sit up too high, so if you are somebody who's worried about wearing something, and that 18 inches, I'm going to show you, it's going to sit right about, this is how easy this lobster claw clasp is, that I can do it from behind. It sits here on me. So anyway, I've got a 15.5-inch neck. It would probably sit a little bit lower on most people. So it is an incredible, incredible piece. And again, 16 grams of sterling silver, beautiful mother of pearl, cubic zirconia, both in the bail here and in the center of each one of these. And I look at the color of that mother of pearl, picking up all of those beautiful, beautiful hues. I'm going to put this down and we're going to move on to the next piece, which is truly an unusual pair of earrings. You don't usually see earrings done like this, or opals, because these are opal earrings. These incredible opal earrings. Look, have you ever seen an opal earring like this? You have 4 marquise shapes. Are they marquise or are they pear? They're pear shaped. 4 pear shaped opals. So you have all of that beautiful color. You aren't going to be able to see the color because I don't have those fancy lights, but I can assure you that opals, like mother of pearl, they have several colors inside, the pinks, the blues, the golds. So if you are wearing these with one of those colors, it's going to pick them up beautifully. Sherry says that these are beautiful. I totally agree, Sherry. I think that this earring really, really beautiful. You may have noticed that little bit of extra sparkle. You have 14 points of diamonds, so 7 points of diamonds in the very, very center. Then you've got 1 carat, 12 points of opal done, 8 of them, all marquise shape. You are getting a little bit of extra of that sparkle. I really do love this. It also has that kind of Maltese cross feel. So if you are somebody who really wants to show their faith or have something on that is a reminiscent of their faith, this will be a beautiful pair of earrings for that. Done in 14 karat yellow gold. The retail price on this is normally $2,000. This evening you're going to save $500, so 25% off, and that brings these down to $1,500. You've got 8 genuine opals. You've got gorgeous diamonds. As I said, 14 points of diamonds, a carat 12 in opal. You have 14 karat yellow gold. These are done in that classic butterfly and post back, which means that they are going to be easy for you to get on and off. I will show that to you. And these have a pretty generous post, by the way. If you are worried about, some people say that they have thicker lobes, these will absolutely go through. You'll have no problem whatsoever getting these through. And it is that classic look. As I said, they are that Maltese cross style, and they will always stay this way. The reason is that if you see here, the post is located at the top of one of these points. That means that these will always sit this way. Oftentimes you'll get them and the post will be in the center, and you'll be able to wear them as X's. You'll be able to wear them, as crosses. These will always sit in that cross style. Opal is the birthstone for October. And again, I think you can see some of the blues coming here, and that is really, really incredible. The end caps are also protected, and I want to point this out because this is a little detail that the designer has done, and what that means to you is that they are safeguarding the edges. Anytime that you have a gemstone that is cut with a pointed edge, like a marquise or a pear shape, anything that will have a pointed edge like that, you have to be a little bit careful with those edges because it can actually chip or crack. But the designer here has literally covered the ends of each one of these on the end, so it is going to be extremely, extremely safe. 14 karat yellow gold, opals, diamonds, $1,500. It is a beautiful pair of earrings. These measure, by the way, if you're wondering about the size, I will put them up to my ear so that you can see. They are 5/8 by 5/8. This is the size on the ear, just that classic look. I think that these are really, really gorgeous, especially in the summer. I think in the sunlight, these are going to be incredibly beautiful to wear. And again, you can get these home for $1,500, and you say to yourself, you know what? Well, Michael, $1,500 may be a considered purchase. Click the icon, put them into your shopping basket, and then see what the Affirm option will do, because the Affirm option will allow you to pay it over time. You get them home, they're not quite what I've said, or you say, you know what, maybe they're a little too big for me, maybe they're a little too small for me. Don't worry, return them to Carroll's Jewelers, original condition, original box, and original tag, and you will have no problem with the return. So you can do that. If you have any questions, by the way, you can call them in the store. They are still there. You can speak to Luke, as a matter of fact, who's who's in the chat. 954-463-3711 to speak to somebody right away, or literally, if you want, click that, put it in your shopping basket, and get it home right away. Anyway, let me put these down, and we're going to move to the next item. You know, a lot of people love to collect pieces of jewelry from specific designer names. If you have heard of the name John Hardy, this is truly your opportunity to pick up a piece of John Hardy jewelry at an incredible value. This is an estate piece. This is stamped John Hardy. This is sterling silver. And you notice here, there is yellow. This is 18 karat yellow gold. This has the hidden clasp. You see that the clasp is actually part of the design. I'm going to give you a real close-up look. There you've got the 18 karat gold. Now you see these two little notches on either side. The hidden clasp is really miraculous because all you need to do is you press that and it will click into place. A truly beautiful style. Also, I want you to see this particular weave chain. This is a Byzantine weave, or sometimes they call this actually the King's Braid in this particular style. It is incredible. Sherry says that bracelets are her favorite piece of jewelry. Isn't that great, Sherry? Because you know, you're right, because bracelets, first of all, you can stack them, you can change them up, you don't have to wear the same stack that you wore yesterday. Every day you can add a little something, you can change out the colors, you can change out the styles. It's going to be really, really incredible. So if you're like Sherry and you love the idea of dressing up with bracelets, maybe stacking them up, or maybe just wearing something very simple by itself, this would be a great bracelet. It does have a mark at the end. As I said, it is done in 18 karat yellow gold, sterling silver. This is 40 grams of sterling silver. So if you're wondering about the weight of this, you need to feel this. It is incredible, but it is so beautiful and smooth. The price on this in the store is normally $720, but tonight for Mother's Day, it is 50% off. You can get this bracelet home for $360. It is 7.5 inches. What that means is that it will fit an average to larger wrist. And I mean, I could even wear this. You see, if I had the dexterity to close that clasp, I could even wear this. So this is 7.5 inches. I love that gorgeous, this is kind of, I think that is one of John Hardy's signature links. It is done on both sides. This is so incredibly smooth. It is so beautiful. It's silky smooth up against the skin. So if you are wearing this, this is going to work perfectly with your watch. It's going to work perfectly, as Sherry says, stacking it up maybe with other bracelets. And not only that, you've got the ability, because this does give you both the silver and the 18 karat gold together, which is a very high-end designer. By the way, it is authentic John Hardy. This is an estate piece. It is authentic John Hardy. So if you are a collector of that particular designer, this would be the perfect thing to add to your wardrobe. It does give you, by the way, this is what I was about to tell you, is that when you have a piece of jewelry that has both the yellow and the white in it together, what that means is that if you normally prefer, thank you for whoever is sending me those hearts, if you prefer normally wearing more white jewelry, so maybe you love your platinums, maybe you love your silvers, maybe you love your white gold, and you say, you know what, but I do have some other pieces that I might want to mix in. When you wear a piece like this that has both the yellow and the white together, what that means to you is that this kind of matches them and kind of helps you. It's the bridge piece. It allows you to wear more of the yellow, more of the white together. And so it will allow you to stack them up in any way. Remember, this is $360, which is 50% off of the normal price. I love the hidden clasp. I love the fact that this is truly silky smooth. And when you wear this, I just want to tell you that between the silky smooth feel of this bracelet and that extra little bit of luxurious weight, where you're getting 40 grams of sterling silver here, accented with 18 karat yellow gold. Erica says, wow, it is truly a wow bracelet. This is, again, a true buy for $360. Don't believe me? You just go and literally, after this show, you go and put in John Hardy and look at the prices of bracelets. I will tell you, this is an incredible value. And if your mother is a collector of John Hardy pieces, or this particular designer, or any of the designers of that particular style, this will go beautifully. $360. I'm going to put this down because we have a lot of other pieces to get to, and I'm running just a touch behind. So the next piece is what we call a vault find. It is also an estate piece. Now, I told you what a vault find was. A vault find is that incredible piece that may have been put into the back of the vault and not seen for a while. The benefit to you is that we will probably not be able to get this back again. We will probably not be able to, as a matter of fact, I can assure you, we will not be able to get this at this price. This is 72 points of diamonds. You've got 12 diamonds here. I want you to see this. Truly beautiful. They are set up elegantly, not too high, but still high enough to be important. They go from basically to finger in this gorgeous kind of a free flow design. This is truly incredible. This is done in 18 karat yellow gold. You've got 12 diamonds equaling 72 points. Now this is a size 9. Something that you should know is that a lot of women have problems getting a ring over their knuckle, or if they get it over their knuckle, then oftentimes it will slide around. So, as I said, this is an estate piece. This is a vault find, meaning that we will never be able to get it back again, and we will not be able to get it back for $2,154. We will definitely not ever be able to get this back in for $1,077. So it is a size 9. However, this little thing that you see here prevents the ring from turning on your finger. And it also, if you have slightly larger knuckles, I actually have a slightly larger knuckle on this side, what that means is that you'll be able to get it over the knuckle. It will stay secure. You will not have to worry about it turning. It is going to sit up very nicely. I think that this would be perfect as an alternative engagement ring. As a matter of fact, not engagement ring, wedding band. You see right here, there is a little notch. If you have a solitaire engagement ring, it may fit directly in this little area right here, giving you that perfect little bit of sparkle. Also, because this is a band style, you see underneath it is flat along here. What that means is that you will be able to partner this with other bands. Now, this is a band that I have coming up later on in the show. So you could literally partner this up, and this could add some sparkle to your bands. It would be that perfect companion piece. As I said, you want to use this as an alternative wedding band to give you a little bit of sparkle sometimes. There is that little notch that I was telling you about. Your ring would probably fit beautifully into that. You have 72 points of diamonds. That is almost 3/4 of a carat of diamonds, 12 diamonds in total in this gorgeous free flow kind of style. It almost looks like they've been scattered across the top. They go all the way to the side, not sitting up too high, and yet you have that beautiful little bar in the back, and that bar will allow you to get it over top of your knuckle. As I said, I have that same issue with this particular knuckle. So it fits over top of the knuckle, and then it will hold it in place. It is incredible. As I said, 50% off of the vault find price. And so it is $1,077. I will tell you, you can shop and shop and shop. I will doubt that you will be able to find a ring of this quality, of all of this carat weight, in 18 karat yellow gold, and in a size 9. By the way, if a size 9 is not right for you, just literally call the store, speak to Luke, speak to anybody there, 954-463-3711, and it can be sized. If you plan on giving this to your mother for Mother's Day and 9 is not her size, it can probably be done. Don't quote me on this, but speak to them at the store. It can probably be sized in time and sent out to you so you have that gorgeous gift to give her. $1,077. I am going to put this down. We're going to move on to the next piece, which is an incredible, incredible pendant. There it is. There we go. So you heard me talking about, when I was talking about this ring, you heard me talking, by the way, if I've gone past something or you want to see something again, just click that shop button. It'll bring up everything and you'll be able to literally just shop everything. Because I showed you this earlier and I was telling you that for every one champagne diamond that there is out there, there are 10,000 white diamonds. So you are getting something incredibly rare. Now let me show you something incredibly, incredibly rare. Here you have the most gorgeous halo. You have a champagne diamond in the center. This champagne diamond has a halo of white diamonds around it. This champagne diamond is almost 1 carat. It is 96 points. The color on it is incredible. Luke says that he really loves the color on it. I love the fact because what it does, it really is a nice juxtaposition. The white diamonds around the outside, and then you have that champagne diamond. Now, champagne diamonds come in a variety of different colors. I showed you that when I was showing you this ring earlier. They come from that deep champagne to the lighter champagne. This particular one is almost that true, what you expect when you see champagne in a glass. If you think of those high-end champagnes and the bubbles floating to the top, that's what you are seeing here. Now, in the store, this is normally $4,800. Tonight, there is 50% off. So that is $2,400. Originally $4,800, $2,400. As I said, I realize that $2,400 may be a considered purchase. Click the item, put it into the shopping basket, click the affirm option, and you will see how long you'll be able to pay it out and what your monthly payments will be. Because you can literally get this home right now, start enjoying it, and have a few months to pay for it. Let me show this up close again. There you have that gorgeous champagne diamond. Remember, that champagne diamond is 96 points, so it's almost 1 carat. It is surrounded by about another maybe 10 to 15 points of white diamonds around the outside, so you have that dual light play, those the whiter ones here, and then you've got all of those gorgeous, rich, warm colors here in the center. It is done in on a 16-inch chain. There is the spring ring clasp, 16-inch chain, which means that it will sit up fairly high. This could be your signature piece. And it is done in 14 karat yellow and 14 karat white gold. Remember, this is 50% off. So in the store, you were looking at originally $4,800. Tonight, 50% off brings this down to $2,400. $2,400 for a beautiful mined diamond, the rarity of a natural color diamond. Because, as I said, for every one natural color diamond that there is out there, and champagne falls into that natural color, for every one natural color diamond, there are 10,000 white diamonds. So you're not only getting that gorgeous rarity of diamonds alone, you are getting that extra amount of rarity of champagne diamonds. Truly a beautiful gift. I think this is one of the most elegant things, and because it is that halo, if you are giving this to your mother, if you were giving this to the mother of your children, that halo actually has a beautiful significance, because what it says is that you are the center of my universe. That's what the halo means. You are the center of my universe. It is truly a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. $2,400. You are getting almost a 1 carat stone, 96 points. And then you are getting white diamonds around the outside. It is done in yellow gold on the back, and then the chain is white gold. Again, the benefit for you is that if you wanted to mix this with yellow or white metals, no problem whatsoever. It is going to be equally at home. Remember, $2,400, you were getting almost a carat of a natural color diamond here, this gorgeous champagne in this beautiful champagne color, like exactly what you expect champagne, and those bubbles are those sparkles. This would be truly a wonderful gift to give somebody, or literally, if you happen to have $2,400 left over from the holidays or from a birthday or for your anniversary, it would be the perfect gift to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to treat myself well. I'm going to get myself the rarity of champagne diamonds, the beauty of white diamonds, and I'm going to get it for an incredible value of $2,400. So I'm going to take this down and we're going to move on to the next piece. Jane says, AA. I don't really know what that means, Jane, but I think that you probably hit send before you finish that thought. But anyway, it is truly an incredible piece. And now we're going to move on to this next gorgeous ring. If you love the high-end designer feel. If you've shopped on Fifth Avenue in that fancy store with the blue box, you know exactly the one I'm talking about. There is a designer there who does these very sculptural kind of pieces, almost like a little bit of hammered in truly a gorgeous, gorgeous style. Very high-end designer feel. This is done in sterling silver. It is plated over the top in gorgeous, gorgeous 14 karat gold. I love the sculptural kind of feel. I love the modernity of it. I love the little bit of hammering on it. It is a wider band. So the band itself is 3/8 wide on your finger. So it is a statement making piece. It is $210 in the store. This evening, you can get this beautiful band home, that very high-end designer feel, 30% off $210, $63 saving. You're getting $147 to get this home. Now, this is a size 8. I could probably force it onto my finger. I probably don't want to do that because Jane just clarified she did not mean AA, she meant ah. Erica says that this is fantastic. It truly is. It really does have that gorgeous, very high-end designer feel. It would be a great wedding band. It will be something that if you love to dress up bands, literally with other things, this would be a great band to dress up perhaps an anniversary ring with. It would be a great band to stack in between various rings. Then you will have like really one very, very large look. So here's what it looks like stacked up. How beautiful is that stack? This is truly incredible. $147 for this band. It is an incredible, incredible deal. I do love that hammer finish. This is silky smooth on the inside. So if you are somebody who loves that feel of just that gorgeous silkiness of gold, this has that incredible, incredible, it's done with gold over the top of sterling silver. So you are getting that gold look without necessarily the gold price, because we all know the price of gold has gone crazy lately. So this gives you that high-end designer feel, the look of gold, but you're actually getting two precious metals in one, and for $147. I'm going to put these down because we have a couple more things to go through. But this truly is very silky, very elegant, very high-end designer feel. I really just love the feeling of when this goes onto your finger. It just slides on just so beautifully. It would make a great pinky ring. It would make a great fashion ring if you wanted to wear it on this hand. And this would be equally at home for a guy or for a woman. So this would make a great, great look. So I am going to put this down and we're going to move to the next pair of earrings because there's a lot to talk about with this pair of earrings. And I want to make sure that I get to every feature that they have. If you love colored gemstones, and who doesn't? If you love colored gemstones, I want you to feast your eyes on the gorgeous mix of color here in these earrings. These earrings truly are beautiful. What you have here in the center, I want to just kind of see if I can give you a little bit close. There you go. What you have here in the center is a pink tourmaline in the center of each one of these. That pink tourmaline in total, what you're looking at is a tourmaline that is 8.5 millimeters this way by 6.5 millimeters going across. It is surrounded by 8 beautiful peridot. I love the mix, that gorgeous kind of deep, kind of like pinkish color and the green. It is something that when you style somebody or when you're getting dressed, the idea of creating contrast really is a beautiful thing. You also have diamonds, in case you hadn't noticed, all the way up here. So in total, in the tourmaline and peridot, you've got 5 carats, 60 points. Then you have 7 points of diamonds. Now, each one of these stones is a truly durable stone, and they all have like great significance. So if you look at the 2 pink tourmalines in the center, the pink tourmaline is actually known for, they say it's symbolic of love and healing. It is a 7.5 on the Mohs hardness scale, which means they are incredibly durable. You have peridot. Peridot is known for, or being symbolic of strength and protection. As a matter of fact, I think they call it the gemstone of the sun. It is a 6.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. And of course, you have diamonds here, which are 10 on the Mohs hardness scale. These are done with a lever back. This is a very European kind of feel. These are done with a lever back. Extremely easy. These are going to be extremely comfortable because you actually have that little bit of extra, almost like a fishhook style, that goes through the ear. These are set up beautifully. I want you to see that setting. Let me move my face out of that shot. And then you have the lever back. And the lever back is going to be very simple to do. You just put it up over top of the edge. Now, the benefit to lever backs is that so many women say that this is the most comfortable type of back. Why? Because there's nothing poking them in the back behind their ear. This is going to be extremely comfortable. I love the fact that these are a little bit of a drop, so you're going to get that play. If you are a lover of the shows like Downton Abbey, of Bridgerton, this does have that gorgeous, gorgeous vintage feel to it. There's the, by the way, the tourmaline is the birthstone for October, and the peridot is for August. So it is a nice combination if those 2 months have any significance to you. And of course, the diamonds really help kind of really just give it a little bit of extra pop. I love the lever back. These are 7/8 of an inch in a drop. So I'm going to show this to you here. So, where's my ruler go? Here we go. So 7/8 of an inch top to bottom. So these are a significant size. Remember what I was telling you earlier when I was showing you the first pair of earrings? That long drop is going to give you the illusion of a longer, leaner neck. Just love this color combination with the gorgeous peridot and the stone of the sun, as they say, and these beautiful pink tourmalines. This is incredible. The price here is $2,130. Now, normally they retail for $3,550, so you're making a saving of $1,420. So $2,130 gets these home. Remember, put them into your basket and check that affirm option, because you will be able to pay these out over time. You get these home and you say, you know what, not for me. I didn't like them. Don't worry about it. If you return them to Carroll's Jewelers within 60 days with the original packaging, with the original, in original condition and with the original tag, then no problem whatsoever. You will be able to return them. Now, this is the final piece of the show. I think this is very elegant. I love this as a fashion piece. This would be a great band style to wear on any finger. Now, it only fits on this finger for me. This is a size 7. The benefit, though, is that it does have this sizer bar in the back. What you're looking at here are gorgeous, beautiful blue sapphires. You've got 18 blue sapphires sprinkled out over and set into these little pavés, almost like flowers. You've got all of this gorgeous open work. This is sterling silver. The bezels are done in 14 karat. The ring in the store is $780. You are going to save 50%. This is a great Mother's Day item. You can get this home. You're saving $390. The price for you this evening is $390. As I said, this is a size 7. It will be no problem for this to be sized up. If you love the idea of a bigger, bolder look on the top, this absolutely is going to do that. This is 3/4 of an inch across, so this is a nice size. across the finger. However, if you love that big bold look, but you say, you know what, I really do love smaller rings because they are easy for me to wear, tapers down beautifully in the back. That little sizing bar not only allows you to size it at some point, but it does give you that little bit of extra strength. $390, you're looking at 14 karat yellow gold bezels around each one of these. You're looking at 18 sapphires sprinkled out over top of these. And then all of this gorgeous twisted wire work setting these almost like, these is like very organic. It is a beautiful, beautiful ring. Sherry says that this is beautiful. I just think that this is so nice. I love the fact that it's got that little open work. So I think it's just open and free and very, very elegant. $390, 14 karat yellow gold, sterling silver, 18 sapphires in a size 7. If you want to give your mother that perfect Mother's Day gift, I hope that we've given you some great options this evening. By the way, if you have any questions and you didn't get a chance to talk about it, then give the store a call, 954-463-3711. Thank you all for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to be here next Thursday. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being with me.